Alright, since the stream is running, so I'm just going to do some quick checks, make sure everything's working, and then we'll also start today's development. Very exciting stuff. Okay, YouTube says I'm live. Looks like that's working as intended, so that's good. Copy all of that. And then last but not least, just check that Twitch is working. Oh yeah, that's working. Beautiful. The music is a little bit loud still, but that should do it. All right. So yesterday we finished working on our little skeleton friend here. Today we're just going to try and work on the rest of our designs here with the scarecrow and the werewolf. I think we're going to start with the werewolf, so let's do that. I think the only modeling things I want to do is give him a small snout and some ears. I know yesterday I said I didn't want to do that, but we're just going to go ahead and get started with that. So we're also going to need to redo all the texture work, but that's fine. So let's save this. We want to keep this a separate Blender file. Make a new folder. We'll call it werewolf. Werewolf blend file. Cool. So we only need to do some minor tweaks here to make this work, modeling wise. So let's give him a snout first. We'll grab these triangles here. That kind of works, actually. That does look like a snout. I think all that we really need to do is just take this last point, bring it down a little bit. Maybe also just bring these points out. Yeah, that looks solid. That looks pretty solid. All right, let's give him some ears. So I think what we're gonna do is just, let's hide some of the other elements here. Is it here? Oh, there it is. All right. Let's try putting the ears here. I think I want this to be 3. Yeah, so we'll do those. So straight across, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now we just want to look in front. And then I think in this case we'll extrude instead of stretching the faces here. So let's extrude straight up. Let's bring this down a little bit. We'll make this a couple face is tall. That way we can kind of flex it in a little bit. So for example, most wolf ears are curved inward. So let's characterize that. Can we also bring it down a little bit? Maybe if we also take these edges, bring them out a little bit. Maybe something like that. Then let's have this side kind of curve inward a little bit. Not too much. Okay, so what I want to do, oh yeah, that's so much better. Okay, so let's do the same thing on the other side. There we go. Got a little cute little curvature going on here. And then I want I think I want the middle to be the peak of the ear arc. So we'll work on that next. Oops. So what if we just bring this down a little bit, like so. Should probably work on the back a little too, actually. Here, let's go top view. So we want a curve kind of like this. So let's start with these vertices. And then we want these inner ones to kind of pop out a little bit. Let's bring these points here. You can adjust the Sorry. You can adjust the manipulation point to your individual selections rather than the midpoint. Also, hoi. Hello. Thanks for joining us again, Awen. Okay. I think I was bringing these points down. The skeleton face paint is getting me every time I zoom out to look at my work. Hey, welcome back.
I had to use the restroom.
You're all good. I am live now. I think that's all I really want to do modeling wise to fix this model. So now I can just focus on painting. It's gonna be a lot of work. Skelly Wolf alternate skin? I like that idea. Let's give him some pants just to give him a more distinct appearance if we're gonna do that. Alternatively, you know what? I got everything selected? Okay. Let's just export this as is, just in case we want to do that. We'll call it Undead Werewolf. If I can spell correctly, we'll do that. There we go. Copy, selected objects. There's no animations. There we go. Now we can work on this without a care in the world, based on this really sloppy drawing I got. So let's start with new material, base color. We want a darkish blue werewolf, so let's see if we can find a good color for that. Maybe something like this to start off with. Did I not select them when I started? I did. There we go. Texture. Werewolf head. Oh, there we go. Blender, what are you doing? Okay. It's not crashing. That's a good thing. Do I just need to do a new... I did do a new material slot though. Maybe because I didn't name it something unique. Do I need to just remove... English. I need to remove the old material is probably what I need to do. There we go. Then new material. Is it not gonna let me use this? I must have done something out of order. Should just need to change the image texture the material uses, which is down here, right? There's nothing there. Unless I'm supposed to hit new? Or is it down here? Press the yellow dot left of the material color. Okay. Select image, okay. Oh, and then, aha, okay, yeah, that's actually really simple. Thank you. Okay, so we need to cool. All right, let's start. I need another reference of like dog eyes. Dog eyes. My browser autofilled dog eyes closed meme, and all the pictures are dogs with their eyes open. So that's not a great search result. Okay. So it looks like a lot of dogs have like a black outline where their eyes are, and then they have the actual eyeball. So that's going to be tough to do here, but we can make it work. So first, let's identify. I keep treating this like Krita, where Krita you have to right click to change this value. Also, if you set roughness to max, you won't have the shininess. Oh, you're right. There we go. That actually looks pretty good. Wrong tab. There we go. Dog eyes. Okay. So this is where eye number 1 will be. This will be where eye number 2 is. Oh wow, that's some rough placement. Here's what we'll do. There we go. So let's just try to freehand the eyes here. We'll go like this. Do the same thing over here. Oh, also F changes the brush size and F changes, Shift F changes the strength. Oh. That's pretty handy. Thank you. Okay, so like this. Looks so sloppy. Okay, if I was shooting at this target from this far away, could I see the eyes? Yes. Goal achieved. That is all that matters right now. Okay, so let's do Shift S. Bring the strength down to about 50%. Is there a reason you don't have it mirror the drawing? This text, I assume it would just cut down the middle of the texture. Am I wrong on that assumption? I'm pretty sure we talked about this during the last game jam, and I'm just forgetting. Let me save this real quick. Moderately wrong, yeah. There's a symmetry option in the... Hold on, got my window blocking. There's a symmetry option in the top of the 3D viewport. So up here. You'll need to scroll the top bar, okay. Oh, there it is, yeah. So if I do this, let's say I draw over here. Where did that mirror? Oh. Okay, so Z is not the right option. I think you want Y. Okay, let's try Y. Hey, there we go. Thank you. I'll try to remember that for next time. In the meantime, let's take this opportunity to redraw some of this stuff. Okay. Any trick that saves time. Hell yeah. That's what I look for. Okay.
Yeah, Casey.
Height.
You only have 69 hours, 9 minutes, and 5 seconds left. Come on.
You know what's scary? I was trying to do the math earlier today about what time I would need to submit this game jam by, and I got so annoyed doing the math in my head that I just gave up and said, I need to do it before I go to work on the final day.
Yeah, it's it's very nice hours. That's funny.
Hold on. Can. That is not where his nose is, evidently.
Ken dog.
No, that's kind of where his nose is. I think all I really need to do is just take these nodes, or take these nodes, and just bring them out a little bit.
Ken dog, but
Then take these nodes, or maybe just these two nodes. Bring them in just a little bit. It's starting to look like a bear. Okay, let's draw this down to here. What does that look like? Now it really looks like a bear. Oh my god, this is so fun. Okay. That's a little better. It's still a bear, but it's fine. We'll draw some freckle spots. Let me open another tab here and just search dog. I grew up with tiny Pomeranians, so I'm trying to look at big dogs, since werewolves are big dogs. If that happens, patch notes must read, werewolves were a bit by a radioactive yogi. We don't know how he got in. Oh, I could tell you how he got in. He had the smell of picnic baskets.
oh no.
Okay, that's a good dog reference photo. Not much I can do with the snout situation, unfortunately, based on that photo. I guess we're just gonna have to give him some white fur to offset some of the design here.
Hell yeah.
So I see some dog photos with white fur going around the snout and up between the eyes. So I think we're gonna kind of take some small inspiration, if you get what I'm saying here. Although I probably should have done that before I draw this in, unless there's a way to do layers in Blender. Texture. Advanced. Nope. Not by default. Damn. Alright, we're just gonna do this the hard way then. What if the blue is what goes around the snout and up the middle, and the white hair is everything else? Eh? That's a little something different.
White werewolf.
A white werewolf. You never done seen one before. That's why this game is hyper unique. Not because I'm lazy. It's because it's hyper unique. So,
Shh, don't tell him.
out and around, like this. The way that looks on the left is so concerning. Is that is symmetrical? Okay, that just looks really strange in orthographic view. Okay, so let's top view. step. It looks like it kind of comes to a point like that, because the back of the dog is the same color as the outside. Not helping your wereberryness yet. No. No. Alright, let's get the bucket. 3, 2, 1. Bam. No! Why? Why do you betray me? I sealed off the spots. I swear. I'm gonna do this by hand. We just need to increase the size of our brush. That only works on the texture? Damn. Okay. At least that was a learning. That was a learning opportunity.
If you Google dog, there's a button that you can press that makes dog paws come on screen and make a smudge.
I thought you were about to say there's a button that pops up that lets you pet the dog.
You cannot pet the dog, sadly.
Take it off of petthedog.com. Oh my god, these controls. There we go. There we go. Oh, I did spend a little bit of time during my break at work to draw out the layout of the shooting graveyard-ish thing. So hopefully, once we actually 3D model all the assets we need for that, it'll be a breeze to add in. Okay, that is a strange looking dog. Let's also, since we're inverting the colors a bit here, let's give him some in-ear fur. Oh god. Oh god. Can I not just... Hold on. Oh, now you don't want to work? Oh, okay. So that's there. Okay, so what if I shrink it down? There's no winning. He's just a white and dark blue wolf. There's also a spot in the tools on the right if you want to make a color palette. My color palette is completely white, completely black, and dark blue, and I can always sample the dark blue. But I will take a look at that tool real quick. Tools tab on the right, so probably this thing here. And then color palette. Oh, there we go. And I assume, yep, add a color. Add a color. Add a color. Okay, so do I have to have this open to access the color palette? Because that is taking up half my screen. Let's grab the white tool real quick. Just clean this up.
You can pet the dog in Tears of the Kingdom on the Nintendo Switch 2.
Did you say limited to Switch 2?
No, just on the Switch 2.
On the Switch 2.
Yeah. I don't know if it's limited to or not. It might be.
It's also in the wrench and screwdriver tab on the right in the properties window. Not that.
Oh my god. You can pet the dog in
Oh,
Assassin's
yeah.
Creed Shadows.
Close this up. I always forget, is there a way to like rehide this? It's fine. It's not really in the way. Color palette, there it is. N. I swear, every time I think I'm starting to understand Blender, you're here to teach me the error of my ways. Okay, dog eyes. Where's my reference image? Here's my reference image. Let's give him big ol' anime eyes so you can see what he sees. He looks like a wannabe Batman cosplayer now. Okay, we need to give him some dangerous looking eyes. It looks like dogs have a really thin black outline to their eyeballs, so we'll start with that. Their eyes kind of fill up the entire... Wow, that's really pixelated. Can you tell it's pixelated from afar? No, you can't. Okay, it's fine. Okay, curvature in the eye. I need to drink water. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Unfortunately, starting to look a bit like it was bit by a radioactive Bruce Wayne. Succeeded in reverse. Okay, I want him to have deep crimson eyes. Hopefully this doesn't come out scuffed. Okay, so we just need to fill this space. We can correct any black lines I overlap later. I'm slouching in my chair so bad. Ugh. I really want to get a standing desk. One, because it's actually clinically healthier to stand while working on stuff at your desk. Fill in the texture window should work for that. Oh, you think so? But the other reason is I have this software on my computer that lets you use VR to control your VTuber avatar. And it works really well, especially with my motion capture suit. But I'm always sitting, and I don't want to run that program and VR at the same time because my computer can't handle it. Oh, I didn't add that red to my palette. But yeah, I really want to do a full body standing thing so people can actually see my hands and stuff when I stream. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's do the same down here. Grab our brush. The brush is a different color. That's fine. Okay, let's fill in these eye holes. Oh, if I paint on the texture, it only does one side. Okay, so we just want to do this on the model itself. Ooh, that came out pretty clean. Some small spots I'm missing here, but too much. Still too much.
I'll be right back. I want to go move my laundry over.
I thought you just did that.
Yeah, it's been 40 minutes.
Has it actually?
Yes.
Jesus.
You've been streaming for 36 minutes.
I'm not paying attention. Oh wow, that came out so clean. Okay. Now dogs also have a black eye in the center, but also, they have some kind of like a lighter color in the middle here. So I kind of want to see if we can do something like that. Well, let's start with the black first. We'll start with the black, and then if we can make it work, we'll make it work. He looks like he's seen things. You know what? I kind of like it. We're gonna keep that. Let's just get like a lightish gray here. Then what we'll do is we'll add some shine. Like some fake details. It's not coming together as I thought it would. What if we bring it down 50%? Mental trauma plus 35. What does that look like? Oh shoot, that's actually kind of nice. Okay, hold on. And then this is probably not going to stay, but what if we give him some anime shine? Let's start with, oops, strength is too low. Moe. You know what? That's brilliant. We're keeping that. Let's give the back of his head some details though, just to balance it out. So let's zoom out. Instead of making this end in a corner, let's have this fan out again and enclose around the back of his neck. Like maybe around here. And then we'll have it also encompass the back of his ears here. If it'll make sense to do so. Hey, oh, you know what? That's kind of clean. I kind of want to make the ears all blue now. Here, let's fill this in. That's enclosed, yeah? Not quite. Okay. Can we enclose it in pockets? Not quite. Okay.
God.
You see the wolf?
Yeah.
He's kawaii now. He had trauma before. We made him kawaii to get rid of his trauma. Ask your doctor about becoming kawaii today. Oh, that's not gonna work. Can we paint the outside of the ears? Trauma's still there, but now cuter. Oh, okay. You can be kawaii and still have trauma. Just look at Madoka Magica, right? Have you seen Madoka Magica, John?
No.
Ah, you should. My favorite fun fact about Madoka Magica was that it was inspired by one of the darkest seasons of Kamen Rider at the time. And then as soon as the lead writer admitted that, people started watching his work more closely. And it's like literally same premise for all of his stories and same themes, but different characters and settings. Like he also wrote Fate Zero, which is a battle royale with people who should be heroes, but now they're murdering each other for their desires. And that's basically his favorite thing to write. His stories about people who should be best friends killing each other for their desires. We should link up the ears a little more. Some of that weirdness is because the ear UVs are squished. Yeah, I really should have smart UV unwrapped this one more time, but that's okay. He's an ugly wolf, but he'll do. Or, or, what if we just make these kind of like a mask? He's kind of like a Venom look now. Hold on, we can make this work. That kind of looks sick. That kind of looks sick. Let's go with that. Did all that work to paint his head white, and now I'm like, ah, fuck it. He's blue now. Then we'll give him some white fur on the back, just to balance it out. How did I do it in my drawing? I just painted his whole head in the back white. I don't think we're going to do that. No, we're going to do that. Let's just fake the fur detail while we do that real quick.
I need to make a phone call. I'll be right back.
Okay. Ah, shit, I need to shrink my brush quite a bit. You should be able to unwrap just the ears if you select them only. We'll need to resize them manually. Yeah, we could. But I'm kind of okay with how this looks right now, and I don't want to get too stuck on this texture. So we're just gonna move on so we can get the rest of this werewolf done today, because we still got to do the scarecrow, and then we got to do implementation and animation into Unreal. That's my goal for today. Or actually, what were my other goals for today? I did write them down yesterday. Day 4 goals. Oh, I need to weight paint the rig before I import this model to Unreal as well. Texture and import werewolf, texture and import scarecrow, texture player. I haven't even designed the player. Oh god, okay. Useful to know but not needed. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. We'll keep that information for next time. Let's give some more fake detail here. Too far. There we go. All right. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, let's do you next. Texture paint. Werewolf. Whoops. Werewolf body. Cool. And then we just need to go to here. Which texture? There we go. All right, let's start with the back. That neck. Let's just white fur this all over the place. Oops. Why? We'll go to about here, because that's where I want his pants to start. There we go. Looks a little strange, but we'll live with it. What did I do for the front of his design? We gave him a front main. You have any games on your phone? Okay, let's give him that main. Let's get just a straight front view here. Okay, and then just paint straight across. And then we'll just paint up here white as well. Can I
had to call my dad. I found an overhaul mod for one of our favorite games.
Oh shoot, that'll be really fun.
So
What does the mod pride itself on?
that it overhauls the game.
To do what, bro?
It adds a whole bunch of stuff. It adds buildings. It adds. I don't know what else it adds. It's just, you know.
Big mod.
Yeah, it's a big mod, and the game is a very niche game.
Because one of my favorite overhaul mods that I ever played was the Halo overhaul mod for Left 4 Dead that turned all the zombies into the flood. That was really fun. Mod is 3 times the size of the base game. Yeah.
It's pretty damn close.
Okay. We agreed to give him black pants, so let's give him black pants. Bless you. Got one more in you?
No.
No.
Yeah. Nice arms.
I'm so kawaii. All right, let's pants. So, funny idea for the pants, right? Werewolves transform, and werewolves are bigger than the hosts that they typically originate from. So the clothes obviously take some form of damage. So we're going to give them raggedy pants, but also you hit the skeleton to reveal the skeleton. I know, right? But yeah, we're going to give him open button pants. Oh, wait, I have a mirror on. I can't really do that. we'll just there we go.
But what if sweatpants?
Sweatpants. Are you thinking of the Adidas sweatpants? Because if that's the case, I will absolutely do that.
Generic gray sweatpants.
Oh wait, I can turn off the mirror modifier. Okay, okay, hold on. Do this. Get the bucket. No! Okay. Fill this in. Okay. What is a fake Adidas brand that we can rip off? Here, I'll pull up the Adidas logo first. Okay, so this logo is what I'm familiar with. I actually have a pair of sweats with this logo on them, so I think that's the logo I want to steal from. So let's shrink this down. What if instead of like diagonal mountain, we just do stairs and call it sadida. Let's do that. Sadida. So, whoops, mirror modifier is on.
Yep, that did work. Interesting.
Okay, shrink this down even further. Hold on, I can do that a little better. I can do that a little better.
You know what? We will do that. So 22036.
Addy don'ts.
Addy don't.
I kind of like that better, actually. Let's do that. Okay, okay. It's all lowercase too, I realize. So let's see if I can do this.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Ah, oh, that's too big. Oh, this is tough to do with the mouse. It's so big. I love it. All right, we now need to do the black stripes on this. Huh?
Could you do like a text box and then?
Not that I'm aware. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Texture? Nope. Advanced? Nope. Stroke? Fall off cursor? Well, if there is a way to do it, I don't know what it is, and I don't care, because I think drawing it this crappy is even funnier. We'll live with it. Alright, let's turn the mirror modifier back on. Do what? Oh, make a text box and type the word instead of hand drawing it. Okay, I swear to God, my phone just freaked out. If it's Twitch letting me know that I can use my dashboard, Twitch, I've been streaming for an hour. uh, it used to be really timely with this stuff too, so I don't know why it's taking so long.
Damn, these maps are huge.
What game is this overhaul mod for?
It's called Anno.
Oh, Anno.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I don't play smart people games. I'm an Earth Defense Force fan. I have to be this way.
Well, the seed sucks, so we're gonna quit the main menu and change my seed. I did the seed based at the time based off of how much time you had left on the game jam. It was a bad seed, so if that makes you feel any better.
That sounds like a bad omen for me. Okay, we got to do these stripes very carefully. And the skeleton is in the way. Cease? Hey, there we go. Okay. So it's kind of angled this way. So we'll follow that trend. I'm really tempted to go up, grab my sweats, and see what these look like. I have Google. I don't need to get up and get my sweats. I told you I don't play smart people games. There's a reason. Adidas is 3 stripes? I thought it was 2 stripes. Well, I guess it makes sense that the logo is 3s. We have 3 staircases, so we're going to need to do something similar here. You can add a text object, but I don't think enough users need to add brands to make that a needed feature. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh shit. Huh? What's up?
Oh, I was reading the chat.
Yeah, I guess most users don't usually brand their models. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay. Let's make sure we save that.
I'm sorry, I'm sitting here thinking, Nike, don't do it.
Don't do it. Okay, we need to do the other stuffs now.
Oh my god, there's so much shit.
Okay, let's start with the arms.
Cafe Day Arms.
Cafe Day Arms.
Yeah,
I really want to work more on that game. I have so many ideas.
Are there seasons? Does this game have seasons?
Story of Seasons?
No, they're just okay. They're just for aesthetic.
Bruh, what is going on here? There we go. Okay, where is my drawing? did not do much for him in this drawing. Let's give him some shoulder hair, and then we'll give him some knuckle hair. We'll call it good. So knuckle hair first. What am I doing? No, that's right, that's right.
Oh my god. Could cover my island in snow if I wanted to. That's so cool. What are these?
Have you heard of a game called Frostpunk?
Frostpunk?
Yeah. It's like a winter survival management kind of game.
Oh my god, that's so big.
I don't know. It sounded like a game that would be up your alley, but I don't know if you've ever... Why?
I'm sorry, I am thoroughly distracted by this.
Oh, that's annoying as hell. Why would you do that? Hold on. We can fix this, I think. Maybe.
Wait, what the fuck is that? Cloth? How the fuck can I get cloth? What the fuck is going on?
Just move the shoulder UVs? Yeah. I just need to remember how to click select. Oh my god. L? Oh, thank god. Okay. A little bit more. There we go.
Wait,
Okay.
why does the log house cover... Oh, press C to change appearance. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. That's so freaking cool.
I'll fix these UVs later. I'll fix these UVs later.
What's the difference between this dirt road and that dirt road? Oh. I see.
Okay. Ah, I should have fixed the UVs first. Okay. Okay.
One of my favorite things in this Anno version. So the loggers' huts, they have like an area influence, and it needs to be filled with trees for it to have like 100% efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not at 100% efficiency, what you could do is you can I'm brain farting.
That's gross.
I know. You can plant trees within its area of influence, and it will increase the efficiency of the logger's hut.
That's pretty neat.
Oh, it's incredibly neat. I don't like what I am seeing.
You know what? Hold on. Hold on. Where does this look? Okay. So where is this? Okay. And where is this? There and there. Okay. Drag this up here.
Wait. Must be built at a river? Must be built at a river? I hate it here.
Better get rowing, boy.
I don't like that one bit.
Slide that here.
They must produce a hell of a lot more if they are taking up an entire river slot.
You could smart unwrap the arm again. I could. You know what? I should do that. I don't know why I'm wasting my time. Thank you for reminding me. Oh my god, that's so much better. Painting would need to be redone. I don't mind redoing the painting. It's kind of relaxing when I'm not thinking about the time limit. Okay, where's my tools? There we go, color palette. Just make this massive. You are all painted. Okay, shrink it back down. Let's get that fur back on. Shrink it down. Oh, right, color. This one. So we'll start with specking out. That looks kind of okay. All right, shoulder hair. Kind of want it to start from the top. Just kind of spike it out.
That dog hair.
That dog has hair.
I pet that dog.
At your own risk. It is highly encouraged to shoot the dog. Do not take that out of context. Jesus, I should not have. I need to think when I talk.
John Wick is very displeased.
John Wick knows my address. Whenever I think of dead dog jokes, which isn't often, I think of Old Yeller. Because that was my first experience with the concept of dogs dying. And then shortly afterward, all my grandmother's dogs started dying one by one, but you know. Yeah, no.
What the fuck?
What do you mean? I'm just talking, I swear. It's alright, because all dogs go to heaven. What the fuck?
You didn't even see my freaking emote that I made black and white.
Kaiji campaign. I forgot I made that emote. Did I tell you about the story of that emote? I think I've talked about it once before with somebody, but I don't remember who I talked about it with.
No idea.
Basic. Yeah, so I originally made that as part of a thumbnail for Minecraft VR because it was painful to play. Oh my god, it was so awful. Cool mod. Cool mod. I think Minecraft VR works really well. It's just that it is very painful to play. But I made that and I was like, You know, I don't want to continue the series, but I really love that image. I wonder if I can use it somewhere. And that's when Twitch gave me access to customize my emotes. So I was like, hey, I have this just sitting in my library. Why not just rip it out? Let's see what we can do with this. And the rest is history. I know I selected a different arm, so I don't know why it's...
Cafe Day Arms.
Oops, did I not? You have multiple materials on that arm? Oh, I do.
How dare you have multiple materials on that one arm?
I swear I've done game development before. I'm just not good at modeling or texturing or a lot of things. I've only practiced with Unreal Engine blueprints because I'm a hack. There we go.
Hi, Hack. I'm John.
And UVs are derped. Yes, they are. Thank you for reminding me. So we need to do edit mode, select all, UV, smart UV, unwrap. There we go. Okay, now we can paint. Oh shoot. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why the hell he's telling me to build an oriental feet. Oh, I like that one. That's cool. That's a cool steeple. I like that one a lot.
Oh shoot. Gotta zoom in. Could you change the material to the other arms for 1 second? Sure. It's gonna be down here.
Can I not beautify this?
There's a way to salvage this, I think, because that placement is good. Wait. I think it's inside here that's got the other stuff. No?
Hello.
Let's slide this over here for a second. Not quite correct, yeah. Not quite. But I wonder... Yeah, no, that's not gonna... We're gonna spend too much time in the UV editor if I don't just repaint, so we'll just repaint.
Casey?
Hi.
If you do this, the Council of 10 thanks me.
Can you say that one more time in English?
The Council of 10 thanks me.
I see. Could you duplicate the texture and paint the copy? You know, it's not a bad idea. Let's try it. Not that that would save much time. I mean, all we have to do is paint the shoulder. That saves some time. That's not nothing. So save as.
I hope I'm not busy tomorrow.
Time will tell. Oops. What am I doing? I just need to go up here. Do that. There we go. Yep, too big. Okay.
I want to point out, my mouth just dropped.
How so?
I'm sitting here. I found the switch buildings button.
Okay.
And
And?
hang on.
Okay, I'm hanging on.
Wait, can I just place these? Oh my god, I can just place them anywhere. That's so cool. It's like an entirely different system of buildings.
So you can just kind of build with whatever, huh?
I just placed down 2 freaking market booths just to make my settlement be pretty.
Haven says their buildings are now owned by Nintendo and have extreme stick drift. Oh man, I meant to park my car in the garage and I parked it in the living room. Damn. You may not be painting the copy. Oh shoot, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I'll be right back.
I have not been painting the copy for quite a while. Okay, so... Yeah, it did not load the copy. That's interesting. It is just not letting me open that. Yeah, we're just gonna have to just do the painting as is. That's a little unfortunate, but we can just 80% speed run this. It doesn't need to look great, it just needs to look passable. This is a game jam, not a AAA development. I do want to get some programming done today if it's possible. Too big. Whoops. Yeah, we'll fix that later. Or, no! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just stop right there. Stop right there. Control Shift Z is redo. I mean, yeah, I'll remember that. I'll remember that. Control Shift Z, Control Shift Z, Control Shift Z. Okay.
Alrighty. Now that my laundry is done, I am going to bed.
Alrighty. You have yourself a good rest there.
You have a good night when you go to bed too.
It'll be in like 2 hours. Alright, see you later.
Bye.
Alright, just for my sanity's sake, that is passable. So, let's start working on the legs. Have a good rest, other voice. Alright, so first thing we want to do is we want to do UV wrapping. Oh, I didn't need to do that. There we go. So, Smart UV Project. And then we want to go to base color, werewolf, left leg. Should have had that color palette open. Base color, werewolf, left leg. There we go. So we need to finish his pants, and then according to my reference image here, we also give him some shin hair and some feet hair. So we're gonna try and speed run that. So let's hide the torso and the arms. That was not an arm, that was a head. Okay, so let's give him his torn sweats. So first we're gonna want to paint all of this black. There we go. We'll cut off the sweats about here. There we go. Just saving our work a little bit. Okay, and this is the left leg, so this is where the Adidas stripe should be. So let's get our torso back up here. Let's get the lines at least to the leg from the ball joint. There we go. That kind of looks pretty decent. Looks decent. Alright, let's give him that shin fur. You know what? Let's be a little bit more creative here. Shrink this down quite a bit so we can add a little more fur detail. Ah, that was terrible. Okay, up and out. Give him a little bit of a messy shin hair. There we go. There we go. And then last little detail. Oops. There we go. Yeah, that looks kind of decent. Now we just need to do the same thing for the other side. Oh. I'm not sure why that kind of... Nope, never mind. Never mind. um... No, we're just gonna do a new one. I don't even want to think about what would happen if I try to wrestle with this one more time. Did I call it left leg again? Oh, I didn't even name it. I don't think. If the body wasn't already weighted? Right leg. Oh, why? Oh boy. That just did all kinds of things, didn't it? Do I have both selected? No, just got the one selected. That's my shoe. Yep. Right leg. You could have mirrored it and used it, or use symmetrize. Yeah, probably. Here we go. It's fine. This makes it a little more fun-ish, kind of. I also just realized I picked the wrong color. There we go. Actually, no, it was the right color because I want to paint the pants on. So, hide the torso for a second. Hide the other leg. All the way up here. Then we'll just check if we got the top. Not quite. Okay, let's look at that leg. That's an arm. There we go. So about here, we have some asymmetrical pants. There is a way to copy UV data. Oh yeah? How so? Maybe if we connect it like this, we can use the fill bucket on the texture here. There we go. Select the right leg, shift select the left leg, and Control L and choose object data. Oh, okay. I'll have to see if I can remember that for next time. That could be really useful. Okay, all that's left is to do the Adidas lines and the fur. Connect these up. Then just curve it down. The active object overrides the selected one. Ah, okay, okay. Do that. Whoops. Wait, UV maps, not object data. Sorry. Oh, no, you're all good. I knew what you were trying to say. Let's just shore this up a little bit. Then we'll just really quickly just throw something together like this. Okay, let's see what he looks like all put together. All right. And then I originally thought about modeling a tail, but we're running out of time, so I'm just going to draw a tail real quick on the torso texture here. We'll just give him a little short tail. There we go. Cool. Okay, I think all that's left to do was I mentioned the weight paints on the legs were a little bit scuffed, so let's take a look at those. Why do I feel dumb? You taught me some keybinds yesterday on bones, and I'm already forgetting what they were. Alt click, there we go. But it does rely on them being in front, so let's fix that. There we go. Okay, so we need to increase this weight on this bone. Okay, and then just see if we can loosen up its control on the legs. Maybe not. That's fine. Ugh. Despite what the colors tell you, weight paint only paints vertices. Yes. I remember that we needed the blues to be all the way down here. Whoops. Still got some control up here somewhere. Just in case, I'll just, yeah, that's good. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Okay, so this is what I want. Now, let's go back to object mode. Which is why it's not working when you paint the faces. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying now. Vertices. I'm painting on the faces as my tactic. I need to click on the vertices. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Which is why when I color the circle, all of it gets painted. But when I paint the big old blocks, nothing's really happening. Because it's only on the vertices. Okay, I'm with you now. So that's why this works. It's because I'm literally on the vertices saying you only control these points. Okay, so I want you to have no control up here whatsoever. No control over here whatsoever. And I want you to have reduced control on these shins right here. Nope, you still have some control up here. Nope, a little too much. Okay. Okay. And okay. All right, cool. So now just got to check all of these. Good. Whoops. All right, cool. I don't think the arms had any issues. Yeah, that looks fine. That's fine. That looks fine. That looks fine. That looks fine. That looks fine. And that looks fine. All right, cool. That means that the werewolf will have a little more expressive animations than the skeleton, so that's good. Look at them all being kawaii. All right. Select all. File. Export to FBX. Werewolf. Okay. You know what? It's taken me like 2 hours to work on this stuff. I think for the sake of making progress on the game jam, I'm gonna hold off on the Scarecrow until I know for sure I can implement him. But for now, we'll consider him on the chopping block. Because we do have 3 enemy types, and that is enough for at least some of the gameplay here. So, werewolf. I need to do a better job of organizing my folders on my computer, if I'm being honest. Okay. Werewolf, import. Looks like he imported correctly, so that's good. I'll give that a second to compile shaders while I get a drink. That's good. All right, real quick. Save all. There he is. All right, so we know how big the ghosts are, but how big is our skeleton and werewolf gonna be? Yeah, I thought so. Gar. Oh, that's great. Okay, give me a second. I need to grab my design paperwork for the map layout real quick. I think it's in the other room. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to just put this at my desk so I don't forget it tomorrow. But let's get these enemies implemented first. So... enemies, skeleton. So first thing I want to test is if I go to the enemy spawner blueprint, change this to skeleton, I want to make sure the behavior is the same. So let's get the models swapped out. Okay, then we're going to rotate this 90 degrees. Shrink this down to, let's say, 0.35. Wait. Okay, it is locked. 0.35. That's still pretty big. Okay, how about 0.15? That's not a bad size. That's actually a pretty decent size. But it does mean the hitbox is bigger than he is by just a little bit. So how about 0.2? Okay, now he's bigger than the hitbox again. So how about 0.18? I think he's below the hitbox. Yeah, he is. Okay, so maybe 0.17. Let's try 0.16. It's okay if we undershoot a little bit. Yeah, that's actually pretty perfect. So, now that the enemy spawner is set to skeleton, what does that look like? Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. We just need to animate him a little bit. The camera's pretty far away. That's my other thing. The camera is really far away. I'm so glad we finished the skeleton, because now I can actually see the gameplay better. Lets me make important decisions. So we know the camera is really far away. Can we bring that in? Bigger hitbox will make shooting them slightly easier. True. But let's see if the camera adjustments can help with that first. It might be worth increasing the size of the skeletons, because I don't think the ghosts are that small. Here, let me just remind myself real quick. How small are the ghosts? The ghost seems thicker, right? Am I crazy? Here, let's do this. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy this function, right? Do it one row lower. Ghosts are big around? Yeah. Okay, I just want to see them side by side, just so my brain believes that statement. I believe you, don't get me wrong. My heart believes you. My brain is fighting against me. So just to make sure, right before spawn next wave, So just to recap, on spawn next wave, it checks how many enemies are left in its pocket. And then, based on what wave counter is stated, it'll spawn that wave of enemies and assign them a row number. Then it'll count down the enemy count and count up the row number. What we're going to do is we're going to also up the wave counter, so that way we trick this function into spawning this next one. So skeleton. And then that way we get to see them side by side. And we can see if their visual designs translate well to our game, or if we need to do some adjustments to make them pop. So spawn next wave, copy paste. Let's copy paste this as well, actually, because I also want to spawn the werewolves. So what we're going to need to do is go back. First, we need a folder. Werewolf. Create child blueprint. Werewolf. And luckily, Skeleton taught us how to bring them in. So 0.16 and 90-degree turn. So werewolf. Give him a 90-degree turn. 0.16. Bring him up. What coordinates did we use for skeleton? 10? Cool. Go back to the enemy spawner. Copy this entire function again. And then we'll have it stop. That way, I think before it was continuously calling itself and just realizing that it can't do anything. Instead of letting it do that, we're just going to say, hey, spawn the last enemy, and that's it. Cool. Now we get to see all 3 enemies. Let's see how they look. There's our ghost. There's another ghost, and there's another ghost. Okay, I did something wrong. Enemy spawner. Ghost, skeleton. Oh, well, first of all, werewolf. Row number. Wave counter. That should go up. Spawn next wave. Okay, so what if we just move the delay to over here? Maybe it's doing those calculations too fast again. Ghost, ghost, and ghost. Okay. That's not working. Wave counter should be going up. I'm not sure why it's not. Oh, wait. Yep, that's the real reason. Wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. I didn't fill this out correctly. So now, if wave counter is 0, it'll spawn function wave 1, which is ghost. If it's 1, it'll choose option 1, which is wave 2, so on and so forth. Now we'll see all 3. So there's our ghost. He's pretty thick. There's our skeleton. Yeah, he's pretty thin. Okay. I think I want the werewolves to be bigger. It gives them a stronger silhouette than just their tiny ears. Skeletons, I think, will make thicker as well, but not as big as the werewolf. And that'll also make them pop a bit better as well. The ghost, I think, is fine. I don't think the ghost has any issues, especially since a white character like him is going to stand out in a darkish background. So, the other issue is that they're hitting each other. I can see that with these points here. Luckily, it doesn't seem to be happening too often. But we can also, when we add our projectiles, we can make them ignore if parent class is enemy BP. So let's do some small tweaking here. Werewolf, you are going to get a buff somehow. Here we go. Let's scale you up by 1.2. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that's a bit stronger. That's quite a bit stronger. Okay, so let's do the same thing with the skeleton. Or actually, let's buff him one more time. Let's make him 1.3. And we'll make the skeleton 1.2. Let's see if that is a big enough difference to change much. So there's our ghost. Yeah, that's quite a bit better for the skeleton. So what if we change the order of their spawning? Does that still kind of work for what we're going for here? Let's go skeleton in the back. Actually, let's put the werewolf in the back. We'll put the ghost in the middle. And we'll put the skeleton up front. Yeah, werewolf is still kind of big. I think that kind of works. I think we also want to maybe change the camera angle a little bit. Because if these two layers are in front, you won't see this back character, and that's not the intent. So let's go to the side scroller character. Let's raise this up and then angle it down. Okay, that's much better. I think the target point is way too close to the back line for the second row. So I think I just need to scoot the second row up a little bit. How even are these spaces? Oh no, they look even at least. So from here, so 170 to 200, so that's 30. And then 200 to negative 590. Okay, that's kind of a... Oh, negative 200. So 170 to negative 200. So that's 370. So 200 minus 370 should be 570, but these are 590. Okay, so actually, it's not as close as it looks. Interesting. Okay, let's real quick just save all. For the rest of today, let's see if we can't animate the werewolf and skeletons real quick. I think for the skeletons, because we didn't fix their weight paints, I'm gonna give them like really stiff, like toy soldier walk cycles. So first, I need a reference for what that looks like to make sure I don't do anything crazy. Stiff walk cycle. How about March walk cycle? Okay, there's some decent reference images here. Nothing crazy though. Nothing crazy. Nothing that I'm looking for at the very least. Let's eyeball it. Let's get our skeleton up here. Create asset animation reference pose. We'll call it the skeleton underscore March. Pause that. Insert frame after 0. Okay, so frame 1, we're going to select all. Cool. Next, Grab his hip bone. We're gonna make him just that. And put that at frame 2. Oh, actually, you know what would be really funny? Where is his left shoulder? And then on frame 4, whoop, 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 whoop. Return this back to 0. Return this back to 0. We're gonna need more frames. Okay, so frame 6. Make this. And make this. That's what that looks like. I didn't do this right. What did I do wrong? Okay. We may just have to do this from scratch. There's an easy way to do this. There we go. Okay. Is it not selecting everything? Okay, frame 2. Maybe, you know what, just in case? Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Oh, unreal. Okay, frame 2. Take your right shoulder to 90 degrees and take your left hip to 90 degrees. Frame 4, return to standard. Whoops. No. Redo? I don't think that redid what I wanted it to redo. Okay, it kind of did. Okay. Frame 4. I need to grab the right bone. Return this to 90. Return this to 90. What does that look like? Okay, frame 6. Opposite shoulder bone. Nice. Then, I already forgot what bone I was working with. And then on frame 8, return to standard. All right, what does that look like? Oh my God, why? Why are you like this? So frame 2 is where our first issues lie. It's because I didn't apply everything, isn't it? Okay. Shoulder bone left. Then on frame 4, yeah, everything's all messed up. Oh my God. One more try. The other side has no frames until they start moving, so it blends from the start. Ah, shoot, you're right. So, pose 2 is where the first march begins. Pose 4 is neutral. So let's key the neutral. And then pose 8 is also neutral. So let's also key the neutrals. Okay. Frame 2. Then hip bone right. So what does that look like? Okay, we found our solution. And then pose 6 is the opposite. So we need to get the hip bone left. And shoulder bone right. Okay, let's slow the rate down a little bit. Let's do 0.5 and see what that looks like. Okay, that's kind of funny. Let's see what that looks like in motion. So we're going to need to look at the blueprint. Let's make this stand out for myself again. So what we'll do is mesh, use animation asset, skeleton march. I love it. I love it. It's so dumb. I love it. All right, let's work on the werewolf. I think for the werewolf, it would be fun if it kind of marched on all fours and then stood up to attack or something like that. But let me see if I can find a dog walk cycle. Okay, so I see this one has 6 frames. Let me see if I can shrink my browser window a little bit. There we go. Okay, so here's the reference I'm looking at right now. I think that's doable. So it starts with the dog pulling all fours together, pushing the back legs forward, extending one front paw, extending both, and pushing the legs back. Midair, land, pull. So that's 6 frames of animation we need to prep, I think. So let's see if we can get that started. This also might be way too advanced for a game like this, but you don't learn until you try. So we'll call this werewolf run. Pause. Insert frame after 0. Insert frame after 1. I'm going to add 8 frames just in case. I think this would be way simpler if it was Blender. It would be. Don't get me wrong. I have no justification, if I'm being honest with you. I just wanted to animate in Unreal for no reason. Okay. first off, his body needs to be basically sideways. Oh boy, what a start. Learning Unreal Engine 5 is the reason. I mean, this is Unreal 4, so I'm not learning much about Unreal 5. Truth be told, I just wanted to mess around in Unreal's tools just to learn them a little more. Because everything I learn here can be applied to my other projects, Cafe des Armes. And I'm realizing that I didn't actually parent the head correctly, so we're not going to do the run cycle as a dog. We're just going to do something a little different here. So, let me pull back the results a little bit. We did fix the bones in the arms, so we might as well take advantage of that. Clearly, I do not know the UI differences. No, that's totally fair, man. I think it was during the Cafe des Armes stream when I was developing for the VTuber Tiny Jam that an Unreal developer actually came in and he was like, "Why are you using Unreal 4?" And I'm like, no reason. Oh shit, the texture didn't pull the right texture. I'm not gonna let that bother me. It's fine. And I was just like, oh, Unreal 5 doesn't run on my computer. It runs on my laptop, but not my computer for some reason. Okay, so I think what we're going to do for the run cycle is we're going to hold on, I need to look at a reference. Let's use, that's a cute reference. Sure, let's use that. Here, I'll put it on screen. Very simple. Very simple. Oh, it's animated too. Okay. This is an insert Dragon Ball Z abridged cell. It doesn't bother me. Okay, so let's see if we can't get that pose going. So, we'll assume he's left-handed for no reason. So we need it to be 45-degree angle here. We'll do 45-degree angle here as well. Shoulder bone, 45. Hi there. I'd like to do business with you. Okay, let's get his hips in place. So, you need the opposite leg to lift up. So we'll go 45 degrees. .45 degrees. So what does that look like? He's off to the races. Okay, let's get these keyframed. Oh shoot. Did it? Is it because I clicked on the bottom of the hierarchy? Just in case, let's also key that at the end here. So frame 2 will be the second pose. Frame 4 will be the third pose. Frame 6 will be the last pose. And then we'll return to the start on frame 8. So yeah, frame 8 needs to also have that applied. Oh shoot. There we go. Okay, frame 2 pose. I'm just staring at the image. Maybe it helps if I go on the same side as the image. Okay, so the rear leg becomes charging forward a little bit. So we'll go, whoops. Grab the hip bone. Oh my god. There we go. We'll turn it to about here. There should be good. Make it flat foot. Then grab this one. Keep it a little bit forward, but move this bone up a bit. And then for the arms, the forward arm should come back down. The rear arm, before I forget, the rear arm should be about the same level. Frame 4, what does this look like? Okay. And I lost the whole pose on frame 8. Oh no. What if I re-zero at current time? Not quite. Okay. We'll figure that out later. There's a way to do this easily. I just need to think about it later. Okay, frame 2 is working as intended. Let's bring this down a little bit. Frame 4. So same as this pose, but opposite. So frame 4. Hip bone left should go up to 45 degrees. There we go. Right bone. Negative 45. Shin bone. 45. Okay, and then shoulder bone. Wait. Why did you do that? Ah! Oh, this is painful. It still saves the animation curves. Okay. You know what? I closed Blender, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Let's reopen Blender. The skeleton's correct now, so we can animate in Blender. This is not worth the pain. Animation! Here we go. This is much better. I don't know why I thought Unreal's would be fine. Okay, where's my reference photo? There's my reference photo. Okay, so let's change this to pose mode. And then we'll start with this leg here. So that's the left leg. I wonder. There we go. That's so much better. Oh my god. Okay. That's kind of fine as is. Grab this bone. There we go. If the bones are named right, you can copy the key and paste it flipped. Really? Hold on. Okay, so insert keyframe. Hold on. Let's undo this. So first of all, select all, insert keyframe. Paste X flipped pose. Internal clipboard is empty. Oh, I didn't copy. Hey, there we go. Very nice. Cool, so now we just need to do kind of the same thing here. Oh, that's too much. Oh, I see why. not really my intention, but that is funny that it works like that. There we go. All right, frame 1, insert keyframe. Frame 20. I wonder. Not quite. That was worth a shot. Okay. Let's set this back to 0. 0. 0. 0. 0 and 0. Okay, and then, so the next pose. -45. If your cycle is the same pose for the next step, you can copy all the bones keyframe from the first pose and paste it flipped. Oh, really? So let's try that. Copy. So frame 20, frame 40 is where it'll be flipped. I think it only copied one bone. Yeah, so let's undo that. Select all. Copy. Paste flipped. Still only doing the arms. That's really strange. That's okay. I don't mind hand animating this. Actually, since frame 40 is going to be flipped, no, let's do this one stage at a time. So 45. -45. -45. -45. -45. Actually, too far. 0, 0, and then instead of 45, let's do 0. And then instead of 45, let's also do 0. Keep that at -45. Oh. There we go. Okay. So let's start with this bone. 45. -45. Whoops. -45. Let's apply that real quick just to see. I believe that's where the named part might be the problem. If a bone name ends with .l or .left, it will take the pose from .right. Ah, okay. Yeah, I might be having bad names here. Let's adjust this pose a little bit. Let's make this 0 as well. Not bad, just whatever Blender's looking for. Ah, okay. Insert keyframe there. What does that look like? Let's To make this stand out a little more, let's do -45 here. Kind of makes them bouncy. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Will this make them look bouncy? Hey, I kind of like that. That kind of looks fun. Okay, so we can just copy this pose, paste it on frame 60. And then we can re-zero to frame 1, I think. Just to check this real quick, though. Okay, so I do need frame 1 on frame 80, so let's do that. So go to frame 1. Make sure we got every copied. Paste. That does not look right. I didn't think so. Okay, something's wrong. It's not actually selecting everything. Doesn't look like. Paste in the viewport? Oh, okay, fair enough. There we go. You copied the pose, not the keys. You're right. You're right. I forget that Blender has nuances like that. But look at that. He's running pretty nicely. I could adjust the play rate in Unreal, but I do wonder, I don't know if there's a way to manage the play rate in Blender. Is there just a simple button for that? Another Blender context weirdness? Yeah. Playback. Here we go. Nope. Nope. Excuse me. Oh, it's probably this button. No, it's not. The output tab on the right has a frame rate setting. Output tab on the right. I'll find it. Just bear with me. That's scene. No, hold on. It's not highlighting with these. Oh, view layer. World collection armature. I'm sorry, this is probably infuriating to watch me do this. I will find it though. This is probably the... No, it's not. There we go. Frame start, frame end, step. Okay, so that's starting. Output, color depth. It doesn't bother you? Okay. But third from the top. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. There it is, frame rate, 24 FPS. So if we do 60, there we go. Cool. So, exporting animations. I've done this before. I do wonder if I remember how to do this properly, though. Okay, so this manages the pictures and video stuff. I've messed with this before. I think it's just a matter of select all, file, export, FBX. Alternative chaos option would be scaling the keyframes. Yeah, that is pretty chaotic. Werewolf walk. Selected objects only. And then this is an animation. Key all bones, NLA strips all actions. Force. Okay, let's just export and see what happens. Back in Unreal. Where did I save the skeleton animation? Okay, it's just in here. So we'll just do the same thing for consistency's sake. Werewolf walk, here we go. Werewolf skeleton, nice. Import animations to the exported time. Import. Found texture name clash. That's fine. No smoothing group. The falling bones are missing from the bind pose. Oh boy. Let's just see what it came up with. No! Oh wait. Oh, that's the old animation. That can't be good. Oh, you know what I did wrong? I know what I did wrong. Hold on. I think I accidentally clicked on import mesh. Let's try this again. Yep, import mesh. Let's uncheck that. Skeleton werewolf, exported time. Import. And still having issues. Why is it looking for forearm bone end? Okay, something's going wrong here. So let's delete this. It didn't affect our current skeleton, right? Okay, cool. So it's something to do with how I exported it from Blender. File, export, FBX, selected objects. You have leaf bones exported? Oh, you know what? I probably do. Yep. That's probably what caused it. So let's try that again. Make sure that updated. Oh shoot, it's this late already? Oh my god. Game day really just goes by fast when you're just sucked into it, huh? Alright, let's try this again. We're not importing a mesh, we're just importing the animations. I don't know if that's the issue, but I hate leaf bones. Every tutorial of Blender I've ever seen tells you to disable leaf bones. So I think the community just hates it in general. Import. That's not good. That preview is also not good. Yep, it's still not working. And it still seems like there's these end bones occurring. Oh, you know what's funny? It looks like the bones are in the right place. No, they're not. They're all in the same place. Okay. It's funny because I don't remember having this many issues when we were importing the cow animations. But then again, those cow animations were like really nothing special. Okay, let's go back to animation tab. We're not doing anything crazy. We limited the frame count. File, export, FBX. Selected objects only. This is an animation. Do we need NLA strips. Could that be contributing to what we got going on? I doubt it, but could that be something? Could also just Google real quick. Export FBX animation from Blender to Unreal. Just to make sure there's nothing nuance here. Prepare your animation, go to FBX. Make sure you select selected objects. Transform, apply scale, and set the forward axis to Z. It's an experimental option, so I'll hold off on that. Forward axis to -Z, up axis to Y. Apply modifiers. Oh, you know what? I wonder. I doubt this not being applied might be contributing, but let's see what happens. Okay, that caused problems. Okay. Do not apply the armature? Okay, gotcha. Let's just make sure there's no other modifiers then. That's armature modifier. Okay, stop marching. I need to be able to click on you. That's all good. That's all good. That's all good. That's all good. Might remove the blank ones though. Let's see. These red ones, right? Just remove them. Because this is filled out. Let's see. Okay, so that didn't do anything to harm it. Let's take that out. Take that out. Take that out. Torso's good. Head is good. Okay, save. Play the animation one more time just to make sure it's all good. Okay, pause the animation. Select all. File. Export. FBX. Selected objects only. Armature. Do not add leaf bones. Animation. Check. Bake animations enable NLA strips and all actions. Okay, so they do recommend keeping these enabled. Let me just scroll down one more time. I don't know if that can cause problems, but it would not surprise me. Probably. Okay, let's just export this and see what happens. Back in Unreal Engine. Do not import the mesh, just the animation. Import. That's not a good sign, and that's very much not a good sign. Okay. NLA strips shouldn't matter unless you are using them. Okay, so let's just turn them off. Export FBX. I wonder. If checked, meshes nested in bone hierarchies will be imported instead of being converted to bones. I don't want to experiment with too many variables at once. Let's just, we turned off NLA strips. We'll try some of this next. Okay, so that didn't work. Import meshes in bone. We don't have meshes in bones. No smoothing group information was found. Okay, that caused more problems than it needed to. Yep. Okay, so that stays. It might be because your model has a different pose. That shouldn't matter, should it? Hold on. Let's pretend it does matter. So all of our animations are on frame 1. If we go to frame 0 and just reset this, will that fix it? Pose mode. Click where it says dope sheet. Okay. I'm with you there. Get a sip of drink here. Option for action editor. Okay, I'll click that. All right, we're on a new sheet now. Make a new action and Alt G and R. Okay, new action. I don't think I've ever played with this sheet actually. So new action, new action. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I do not know how to make a new action. See the 2 pages next to the shield near the action name. Oh, is this it? New action. Okay, yeah, that's pretty simple, isn't it? Okay, so new action. Alt G. And then Alt R. Should I have selected everything to do that first? Like, should I have done this and then Alt G, Alt R? Just do clear transforms for all bones. Yes, okay. There we go. And then just make this keyframe to 0. You suppose? Fair enough. All right. Let's just do that. Save. You know what? You can't even really see it. So that's kind of good. Try to export it as is. Okay. So let's go back to object mode. Okay, selected objects, animation. Let's turn this back. Well, it doesn't matter. And then we're not adding leaf bones. Export. Just in case something bad happens. Oh, with just the starting frame? Okay, yeah, hold on. I imagine you can do that by just doing start at frame 0, end at frame 1 kind of thing. With it on the start frame. Oh, okay, so 0 to 0. That way they're in the same pose as the exported mesh. Oh, okay, I'm with you. So we can't have the frames. We just gotta make sure we start on frame 0. Let's try it. Oh, Unreal did not like that for some reason. There we go. Oh boy. It made 2 different files. And both of them are not what we need. That's weird. 0 to 80. What is it detecting that's different? I have a crazy idea. Put this back to frame 0. We're in object mode. No, because we did all the weight painting before we imported it to Unreal, so this shouldn't be... My idea was just to re-import the whole model again, but that's not going to fix anything, I don't think. I don't know what you have that's different. Yeah, me neither. It's really strange. One more time, let's just check modifiers. Does it work if you do import the whole model? Like the original file again? We can try. Oh, no, I see what you mean. Import mesh, okay. Imported bone transform is different from the original. Check output log to see detail of error. No smoothing group information was found. Can I... Yeah, the animation still didn't import. What does that mean? I'm not sure. Window, developer tools, output log. Here we go. Warning, no smoothing group information was found in this FBX scene. Please make sure to enable export smoothing groups option in FBX exporter plugin before exporting the file. Even for tools that don't support smoothing groups, the FBX exporter will generate appropriate smoothing data at export time so that the correct vertex normals can be inferred while importing. That's not related to the imported bone transform being different. Here we go. Converted global transform. Torso bone 2 had an error. It's just torso bone 2. So something's wrong with torso bone 2. Okay. This is torso bone 2. What you got going on? Nothing different. Oh, this is torso bone 2. So why are you having issues? Is it because it doesn't have a parent? But it is the parent. It's the parent of all these bones. So that shouldn't be the issue, right? Or am I crazy? Could you need to apply transforms? Maybe. It's Control A, right? Nope. Shift. Nope. Hold on. Apply all transforms. Let's try that again. I swear, if this is unapplied transform issue again, it honestly, knowing me, it probably is, and I apologize if that is the case, but hey, if that's the only issue, at least it's a simple issue. Blender, why? Nope, that is not the issue. Wait. Oh no, that's a texture issue. Okay, let's look at the output log. So all that got figured out. Warning. Wait, hold on. It's still torso bone too. So the root bone is still an issue somehow. Let's try something stupid. Let's pretend torso bone 2 is the parent of... Nope, that didn't work. Never mind. That would have been funny if that could have been the solution. This mystery is going to take up the rest of the stream. And it was supposed to end half an hour ago. Let's see. Hmm. Let's see. What if we look up the Unreal error? Import transform error. Blender to Unreal Engine. Import transform error. Did you apply all transforms? Are everything? We can double check. Oops, I'm in pose mode. On everything. Okay. I did select all. I did Control A. Let's try that again. Nope, same issue. Okay, let's see what my Google result came up with. Resolving Blender to Unreal import issues. In Blender, set the unit scale to 0.01 and then apply all transforms. During export, ensure apply scalings is set to FBX unit scale in the export settings. Okay, let's figure that out. Set the unit scale. Unit scale. It doesn't indicate if that's like in the settings or if this is just right here. Actually, let's see if the FBX and then apply scalings is set to FBX unit scale. In Unreal Engine, enable convert scene unit option during import. Okay, let's try this. So we got no errors, but the animation still didn't import correctly. Oh, and we still got these end bones for some reason. Does Torso Bone 2 have a parent? I don't think so. It has no parents. The headbone is a part of a different collection for some reason. But I don't think that matters, does it? Hold on, let me try something. I swear to God. I swear to God. Unreal. I hate that you and Blender can't get along because you disagree on what sizes are. I really do. I really hate that so much. God. What did you do? What Unreal was doing, right? Or maybe what Blender was doing. I don't know who was responsible, but they decided to shrink this whole thing until it was a pixel. So, hold on. This is what it looked like before. If you zoom in, there he is. So what I did was I scaled him up by 100 in all directions. First of all, I made him 100 front back. Then I made him 100 top to bottom. And then I made him 100 left to right. And there you go. They shrunk my shrinking, yes. That's what they did. So now what we need to do is go to our timeline here. Oh, I can't navigate the timeline with arrow keys. Why? I need to go to frame 1 and tell Unreal to delete frame 0. Or, since we now fixed the armature, we can also just get rid of this. Go back to Blender, select all, and then We're in pose mode. We're in pose mode. That's all good. Go to frame 0. And oh, we don't have to delete it. We can just start at frame 1. Cool. Then select all, export, animation. Go back to Unreal. Bring this back in. Disable that. Import. Look at that. No errors. Jump back into this one, I think. Click here. Oh my god. There's some jittering though. I wonder what that's about. Hold on. Let's see if we can. Okay, it's still detecting frame 0 on that file, but what about this file? Okay, so this is the file we want to keep. So save that. We can delete this file. And this still works. That still works. So now we can go to our, first of all, let's get rid of the additional name stuff. Save all. Go back to our blueprint. Now we can set the animation asset to be the werewolf walk. And now if we play our game, there's our ghost, there's our skeleton, and we have an issue. What is our issue now? Is it that the animation is still tiny? Is that what's going on? Hold on. There's a way to fix this. Whoops. Okay. He's got his bounce back. If you plan on exporting multiple animation, that action editor page is useful. Okay, I'll try that next time as well. Okay, so we want to lift the werewolf up a little bit because he's kind of sinking into the ground. Or we can shrink him to 18. He might still be sinking in the ground. Let's lift him up a pixel. There we go. Wow, that took the whole stream. I don't think the scarecrow's gonna make it, guys. That's fine. You know, at least this is something. So let's update our implementation notes. It's not gonna take us very long. Day 04. We animated the skeleton. Walk cycle for skeleton. We created a werewolf model, which included the werewolf textures, fixed, maybe just updated weight paints, animated walk cycle, and imported to Unreal Engine. That's literally everything we did. Well, okay. Let's give ourselves some credit here. We did implement the werewolf enemy, kind of. Implemented werewolf enemy, BP. So let me update our goals page. Change day 4 to day 5. We still need a player model. I want to cry. Oh, we did animate the skeleton walking. Animate a walk cycle for skeleton. Yep. Okay, I did type that. I just forgot that I did. You found new reason to crowbar Blender devs kneecaps? Yeah. Okay. So let's simplify our goals for tomorrow. Because looking at the timer, which is currently blocked by 6 windows on my end. There we go. We got 2 days and 18 hours left. So real quick, because I'm bad at math, let me pull up a time date calculator. There's actually one I use for work. So if we can just do that. So 2 days from now will be Thursday. So on Thursday, we'll have 18 hours left. Right? Yeah, 18 hours left on Thursday at this time. That doesn't sound right to me. Hold on, I'm going to pull up the ScreamJam page. Maybe they have it posted for my time zone. Jams joined. ScreamJam2025. October 16th to 22 o'clock UTC. I think it's automatically converting the due date for me because it says 3 p.m. for me. So what that tells me, if we pull up this calendar, it's due Thursday before I stream. And I don't get off work on time to make it back and do any last minute polish. So here's what we're gonna have to do to scramble to finish this. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're gonna plan them out right now. So the player character, we're gonna need him to have a cover animation. We're gonna need him to have an aiming animation. We're gonna need him to have a reload animation. For shooting. Shooting animation. So we need 4 animations for the player. Tuesday, Benny Hill theme. Okay, so Tuesday, we'll focus on the player. Wednesday, cry. Yeah. Kind of wish I streamed during the day on the weekends, but I didn't want to burn myself out on this jam too much. I mean, worst case scenario, right? We submit something simple, and then we can use some of October to polish it up. Even though I had October plans for other stuff, it's all things that I just wanted to do for myself. It wasn't going to be anything important. Here, let's add in some other stuff. We'll call this day 5/day 6 goals because we don't have any other days that we can work on this. We need to create weapon models. So let's grab where did we put that? Player stuff, weapons list. Create weapon models. We're not going to animate them. We're going to make them static meshes. So let me specify that. Create static weapon meshes. Things for thyself are also important. Well, the thing for myself was building my own costume, so that wasn't going to be much better for my mental health. Anyway, I can wear my costume that I made 2 years ago, and you know, people will still find it fun. So we need to make a Type 89 model, a Mach 10 model, we need to make a M249 SAW model. Gonna make an UP model, KSG model, and a Glock model. Worst case scenario, we can cut the pistol and the... I want to say we can cut like 3 of the categories out. Like, I don't think people want to snipe in a game like this. Well, I say that, but again, this is based on Nikkei. There's tons of sniper characters. We can get rid of the pistol class, though. Pistol class can be optional, so let me note that for myself. Optional. The light machine gun class, we can also cut that. That can be covered by the assault rifle and submachine gun classes. So let me mark that as well. Optional. We're also just going to use a flat black texture for all this. So black texture. I write that, but it's very possible I'm going to be like, oh, but a little silver by the shell ejector would be kind of nice touch. We'll see how sane I am. We need to model the environments. So looking at my map here, we're going to need to use Unreal Terrain Editor for ground. And then we're just going to keep it simple. We'll model, I don't know, 3 tombstones of like small, medium, large. Let's call it environment assets. So we'll make small, medium, large tombstones. I should explain why. So I wish I could hold up my paper and show you, but I can't. But essentially what I'm thinking of is right now, you know, enemy comes on screen. It's really easy to just click on them before they even reach the first target point, right? So my idea was every time you load a level, it'll randomly assign whether or not a tombstone will spawn as cover between the travel points. They are destructible, so it's also possible we can experiment with putting the tombstones in front of the target points. If I make the AI smarter, that is. I don't think I will. So maybe just, you know, between the target points. They can break by the player's influence, so that way they can make it easier to shoot the enemies. But yeah, it'll just add some variety to the combat. So the tombstones will go in between. I think for the background environment, we can cheat a little bit. Basically what I can do is I can grab one of these basic volumes, these like this box, and I can apply a 2D fence texture on it and just have the fence go around the perimeter to give it like a caged in graveyard feel. And then if I still have the trees from Cafe des Armes on hand, I might just throw them in here as well. The ScreamJam does allow you to reuse assets, and I think I'm going to compromise on my rule on making everything by just having that be the one asset I import. But we'll see. So let me mark that down. Small, medium, large tombstones for cover. We'll draw... I spelled tombstones wrong. There we go. We're gonna draw the fence texture for perimeter. What else do we need? We need to do the skybox. We can mess with Unreal's default skybox to get what we need. So, edit UE4 skybox for night. We can add fog. You know what? Where are you? Okay, I need to edit this. Oh. I need to remember how to do this. I was literally messing with this while working on Cafe de Arms, and suddenly I don't remember how to do this. Yep, I don't remember how to use fog. Oh, wait, that's why. First of all, make sure we don't have any other fog assets in here. That might be part of it. Okay. Not atmosphere's fog, exponential height fog. Increase the fog density. Make it really dark. I'm not sure if that's doing anything. It's not quite what I need it to be. There we go. We're getting somewhere. Okay, so I think the lighting is the next thing to tweak. Oops, too far. That is working though. That is working. Okay, let's try 0.5 lux. Okay, it's still pretty dark. How about 1 lux? Yeah, it's still pretty dark. Let's increase the light color. Okay, that's not too bad. So, instructions unclear. Flashlight now black hole. Help. Okay. don't think there's really anything else we can really mess with right now that would help. Yeah, we'll leave this for now. We can explore more in the coming days here. So player animations. Okay, so we need to also work on some blueprint stuff. So let me write a blueprint stuff section. We need actual wave spawning. 3 waves per level. We need enemy projectiles. We need a UI. I'll call it gameplay UI. Main menu UI. Save game. If I think of anything else, I'll write it on here, I guess. Right. I also wanted to add death particles. Let's call it death/impact particles, because it's really helpful for players when they know when they've been hit and when they know the enemy has been hit. Like, Cafe de Arms needs that, and I haven't even started on that. But maybe after the game jam, we can kick back those dev streams and get work on that done. All right. That's it. I need to call it here. Otherwise, I'll never go to bed. But yeah, we'll be back same time tomorrow. We can finish this jam. We're just going to have to try really, really hard. Until then, though, thanks for tuning in. I'll touch with you guys tomorrow.